Agency. Agency. You have to believe that it is possible for you to do something to make your mark in the world, or you're not even going to try to do it. And there are things that we can't do anything about. Every day, I open up my computer and I read all these articles about all these very distressing things that can seem overwhelming. And, there are some people who are in very bleak circumstances that does limit, what they can do. But you have to believe that there are things that you can do, that you have positive steps that you can take to start realizing your identity and your mission, even if it's just the small first steps. That's one of the things that former Navy SEAL Jocko Willink does so well. He's a huge author and podcaster. And, one of the things he just does is just show people you can actually do this stuff. So, people will tell him, oh, I don't have time to work out. I have kids. I'm too busy at work. There's so much going on. He's like, no, have you ever thought about getting up at 4:30 in the morning to work out? To be fair, that's not when I work out. But one of the trademarks of the Jocko Willink land is people posting on the internet pictures of the watch on their wrist at 4:30 in the morning as they're going off to the gym. He's like telling people, you actually can do something, like get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to a gym, right? If you are a man, I don't know if it's, you really believe this, it is possible to not be on an online dating site. It is possible in the real world to walk up to a woman and ask her on a date. Like, that is a possibility. You can actually do that. And so you have to have that sense of agency. Jordan Peterson, back in the old days, one of his famous lines was, clean your room, bucko, clean your room. That was one of his most famous sayings. And I love the clean your room message because it works at multiple levels. At one level, it's a metaphor. And you can think of it very similar to what Jesus said about take the log out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. The idea here being you need to first take care of your own business, what is within your span of responsibility before you go out in the world and presume to start telling other people or doing other things there. You got to clean your room. You got to clean your room. But the great thing about it is, all these like kind of disturbed, kind of lost boys that he attracted, if you don't know where to start, you literally can start by just physically cleaning your room. And you could have a sense of accomplishment. And then you can move on to the next thing. There's a very similar sentiments expressed in a viral commencement address by former Navy SEAL Admiral William McRaven, where he said, make your bed. In fact, he turned it into a book called Make Your Bed. I haven't actually seen it. You can go watch the speech on YouTube. It may have actually been at UT Austin. And I love Make Your Bed. It functions similarly. In fact, 10 years ago, I was trying to we got to have a morning routine, right? So I wanted to have a morning routine. And one of the things I did in my morning routine is I'm just going to physically make my bed every day. I'm just going to start doing that. It works as a metaphor, but it also works literally. I mean, we might be a long way from our destination, right? We might be overweight and out of shape, and we're not going to change that today in one step, but we can say what? I'm going to walk 1 mile a day. I'm going to start walking 1 mile a day. Then I'm going to start walking 2 miles. Then I'm going to do 5 push-ups. Then I'm going to start doing 10 push-ups a day. And you just keep building and building in that direction until all of a sudden you get someplace. You have to believe that progress is possible and that you have agency to move in the direction of your mission.